here with DJ DosLopez on taptotry.com. 5 to 7 p.m. every Wednesdays. Well, today we have Emily Infinity on. Woo! So, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Enjoying the day today. How about yourself?
Yeah.
Did you have a good drive over here?
I did. It was rather intense because I wanted to be here on time. But
it's okay.
I got here exactly on time.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I drove from here, from Sterling Heights at 3:30, and there was some traffic, and got here a little early, but it was good though. But the traffic is crazy.
Yeah.
People are just insane. So, well, thank you for coming and to spread your music to the world.
Thank you for having me.
For sure. I know, I was so excited, like, since we first started talking about it, and then you're like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, and it was exciting.
Yeah.
So, what type of music do you like to do?
I like to play covers in the meantime and write new songs, like when they happen, when they come. And I like variety, so I play different instruments and play different songs and different styles. Whatever's good for the moment, or whatever's good for me, or whatever, I want to make happen and feel and experience.
Yes, for sure.
And share with others.
Yes, I know. I love it. What kind of instruments and what are they called?
The one I have here is called the Chroma Harp. Well, that's the one brand name for it. The other is also known, it's a more standard name. It's called the Auto Harp. And I know it's a more modern American, instrument. So I actually don't know the history of it, but I like it. It's cool, and I don't think it goes back that far. But it's still a harp. It's still a stringed instrument, and strings have had a lot of historical significance. So whether I have past lives or, this life, and then I'll go on to telling you about the other instruments, strings have been a part of it, and they are beautiful. There's something kind of divine about the strings, and Pythagoras, explored with different harmonics in strings and numbers, and so and it has a very ethereal sound. It can be angelic. It can be kind of dark and mysterious. It can be powerful. It can be folky and fun, and it's a highly versatile instrument. So it resonates with me.
And did you bring a flute, or
I also brought the Native American flute, which real name I still have yet to Google and remember. But it has a real name, an it name. But, for us, it's the Native American flute. And it sounds really spiritual and nature-esque. And it's got kind of a deep, beautiful sound. And it's very sort of prayerful and meditative.
So when did you first start making music?
When I was 4 or 5. But I bet that it was earlier than that. It was probably in the womb. When I first heard music, or, with my heartbeat. And, I think we all have a rhythm, and, that can be where music starts. But then there's, the stream of consciousness, which brings you the notes and the melodies. So perhaps even before this lifetime is when I began music.
Definitely. Why did you decide to start making music? Like, what brought you to actually, when you were physically here, decided to start making?
Well, I had a tape recorder when I was young, and it was fun to just play and make songs and record stuff. Unfortunately, I have lost every single recording device I have owned for one reason or another, and it sucks because a lot of really cool things happen there. And I don't know why I've lost so many tapes and digital recorders, but and it saddens me. It's like a big tragedy actually for me. So I've never really recorded anything because I have a couple recordings, but like for whatever reason I've just kind of I've been tormented by like the loss of tangibility of music, that I've succumbed to just like being me and being a person and existing and hopefully making music when possible.
So you go by Emily Infinity?
Yep. Yeah, for now at least. For the past, like 5 years or so, my Facebook name changed to Emily Infinity, and well, because I was like nobody could find me with my real last name, and I have a nice middle name. It's Joy. I could have been Emily Joy, but and like gone as that or whatever. But I just I don't really embody joy as much as I'd like to. I never really did. It's always been sort of a life of ups and downs, and perhaps I'll return to the name Joy when I'm on that plateau that I'm striving for. But in the meantime, I've just explored a lot of different things, and I'm interested in things, and I want to pursue things infinitely. And it's just keep the perpetual flow and stream of consciousness going, and having love exist, and being one with people. And then if I go into politics, which I may, I think Emily Infinity rings. It sounds nice, and really I just want it to mean kind of like sort of like the eternal world that I want to be in.
Definitely, yeah. I definitely love Emily Infinity.
Thank you.
Who do you usually like to collaborate with, or have you collaborated, or would like to collaborate with?
Well, I've had dreams that I've had like some collaborative things but the faces are kind of yet to be determined. Like I don't have enough collaboration in my life, and I've just kind of been rolling solo for the most part. I've had accompaniment by Hans on the piano, and I've jammed with him a lot, and I really enjoy making music with Hans Christopher. And I've played music here and there with some other artists like Audra Kubat, Tommy Spaghetti, who's an accordion player. I have played the fiddle while he has played the accordion, and it was really awesome. I mentioned Audra because we actually recently started to kind of, play together, play some stuff, and I think she's a really talented artist, and I would like to do more collaborating with her, as well as Ringmaster Zeb, who I don't know if he's going to continue going by Ringmaster Zeb anymore, but people know him from Theater Bazaar, and he's a very talented musician, and he's got ideas, and I totally like them and want to be involved. So hopefully more collaboration will happen. I'm just trying to still yet get my own shit together, and if that's okay to say, and try to like really hone in on where I want to be as a musician and focus on that, and then like enter the scene. That's why this is kind of like a sort of a new year for me. It's like I'm trying to come out and be a part of this, world a little bit more.
Yeah. That'd be awesome if you do some songs with all of them, And if you'd like to, you can let them know too also if they want to spread their music to the world. That would be awesome because I want to hear all types of different musicians around the world. I think that would be just, I love music. Like, when I hear a song, I can analyze the song. Like, I can hear every single instrument in the song. Because when I was younger, I played the flute in band. I played it for quite a while, and then I stopped because my instructor in high school just didn't really help us out, or like, it wasn't really like, I don't know. It wasn't what I wanted it to be, I guess. How it was in middle school and elementary. They just made it more exciting, and I guess this instructor just, put it off for me, and then I just stopped. But I definitely still have the flute in me because I find myself like whistling or humming and stuff like that, And I was like doo-doo-doo-doo, making loud sounds and everything. And it's really cool. Like, music is just like the best, and it definitely opens you up,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to the universe and the world. And it's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. So, where do you usually play?
I have some spots that you'll may have heard me playing at. The Phoenix Cafe, Union Street Saloon, the Tangent Gallery are kind of like my main spots. I'd like to expand that, but you know, I got different stuff going on, so I'm not like for whatever reason playing more.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, for sure.
mhm.
And do you have any upcoming shows at
I
all?
actually, yeah. Audra hosts an open mic night on Tuesday nights at Union Street, which is on Woodward, in Detroit, and it's a really highly talented group of people that like are there. It's interchangeable, but it's like it's not all. I mean, I shouldn't say that there aren't like less than great people that play music there. Okay,
Mm.
I'm saying like you have variety, but it's pretty top notch. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
I'm really impressed. Everyone's impressed, and it's a really cool little scene. It's kind of a small room for how big it's probably going to end up getting.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, hopefully, it grows and they have a bigger room for everybody.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'd I'd really love to come out and come see you play because
Mhm.
you're awesome.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Oh, and so yes, she sometimes does featured artists for the night, and they actually play a little bit longer of a set than the traditional 2 to 3 song or whatever open mic people. And so I'll be having basically a larger segment, and there's also a tip jar that gets passed around, and that goes to me, and maybe it gets split. I'm not sure, but something like that. So, that would be nice to make some money playing music.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's so awesome. How about your event on June 6th?
That's the Crop Circle Colloquium. That's one of my interests, which is basically kind of the like paranormal kind of stuff that happens.
I love that.
And I'm not like believing every crazy story I've heard. I am using my own judgment, and I find that things definitely transcend the laws of physics. There are things that can transcend the laws of physics as we know it, and I'm not going to wait for science to decide what I think is possible. And so, therefore, the Crop Circle Colloquium on June 6th is going to kind of recognize, here the fact that crop circles have appeared in magnificent formations rather quickly, whether it be overnight or whatever. Like it's quick, it's nobody sees it, a lot of people do make crop circles. I think like most of them are made by humans, of course, but but you can tell whether it's made by a human or whether actually no like feet were on it. And like sometimes it leaves like a residue of like there's like different elements there, and like basically like highly qualified scientific researchers will investigate these things because they actually do appear, and like it's not a joke, it's like for real. So and then the crops are twisted and not broken, and like if you're a person, you stomp down the crops and with a board and like some rope, and you just like keep walking forward, and you measure, and you use like a rope and a string and circles and this and that. But the designs that like don't appear to be made by humans seem to be like more complex and intricate and perfect geometrically. And so the day it's going to be a day-long event, so that like we kind of can all like sort of ease into it, and enjoy it. I've never actually put on an event before, so this is the first time I'm going to be doing something like this, and I hope that it goes well. I'm just like always thinking, I hope I survive to do it, because you never know when death would strike, and I just to get to that day and like accomplish what I set forth there. And so like God bless, like seriously, like I'm grateful for my life. I love to be here, and I want to I want to do good things here. You know, I want a nice long life. So I try to be healthy and, you know, try to be positive and try to avoid danger.
Yes.
And,
yes,
so,
it is. This world is.
So the Crop Circle Colloquium, the doors open at noon. It's at the Dovetail Cafe in Warren, and it's going till 11 at night. So it's going to be 11 hours, and it's going to be an art gallery. And it's okay. So so between 12 and 1 in the afternoon, it's just kind of opening. Come get a coffee, like hang out, whatever. Check out all the different pictures of crop circles and see some art and like check out some vendors and hang out and like. Okay, so then from 1 to 3, we're doing something called the Creation Station, which there's going to be a variety of spirograph tools and string art stuff.
I love that.
And we're going to also have like pipe cleaners and like circular shaped things and basically put things together that are circular and mandala like stained glass type coloring books and just kind of sort of take a different angle on this situation. Observe it as like energy, as vibration, as spirals, as, you know, waves, you know, but they happen to be in circles. Mm-hmm. So the Creation Station is basically exploring the art end of the energy of crop circles. And then Cosmic Sounds is happening from 3 to 5. And that is going to be featuring NASA's space recordings. So that for 2 hours, we're going to play the different planets. Yep, the different planets and moons of planets. And during that, there's also going to be some gongs and perhaps some live music, but it's going to be pretty eerie. It'll be kind of weird because the space recordings are like really intense and rather dark. And then from 5 to 8 p.m., that's going to be the symposium, which is going to be the more educational lecture portion of the day. And then after that, from 8 to 11, that's going to be the candlelit afterglow. And that is basically the hangout party. Like, are we all on the same page here, kind of thing? Like, you know. So that's on 6/15 Saturday from noon to 11 at the Dovetail Cafe called the Crop Circle Colloquium. It's free admission. And then if you want to submit art, go to cropcirclesart@gmail.com.
Yay, that was the best. I can't wait. When you first came out with that event, I was just like, yes, I'll be there. But can you tell me a little bit about your song Lullaby?
Yes. Okay. So I don't even know really where it came from or how it happened at the time, but I ended up with a beautiful song. And I don't really remember how I wrote it.
How about Lotus?
Lotus, I do remember. I was sitting on the couch, and I was probably just kind of thinking things. And I think I equated myself with sort of a lotus flower, kind of, and then, but just not like a fully blossomed lotus flower, because at one point I did feel like I was fully blossomed, you know, but then I just had some ups and downs and like a major down, and the song kind of talks about basically the flower getting bit by a fish at the stem and then just basically having to exist as a stem who has like a memory of being a flower, but it's just waiting to grow and get up there so it can flower again.
Ooh, that's awesome.
This one doesn't have any lyrics. It's just a pretty melody.
Thank you so much for coming out and playing here.
You're welcome.
On Spread Your Music to the World here on tapdetroit.com.
Close your eyes and melt into your mind. A world is hidden just for you to find. Take away from this peaceful place an understanding of a universal space. Make a wish and cast it to a star. You can fly and travel very far, like a bird with wings that never fail. You fly through rainbows, you leave a sparkle trail. Make some friends and grace them with your smile. Your love extends for many, many miles. You are sweet, you're pure and full of light. I see you shine, and oh, you are so bright. Close your eyes and be